Hi, I'm Heather from Heather Handmade, and today I'm going to show you how to turn your regular dress form that you use for sewing into a dress form Christmas tree. So I used a bunch of different garlands and little wire pine bow pieces. These are all artificial, none of them are real. I also added some pearl garlands and some simple ornaments. I used a table runner as the top. The great thing about this dress form Christmas tree is that it's all attached to an embroidery hoop right here at the waist. So when you're done at the end of the season, all you do is undo the embroidery hoop in the back, slip it off of the dress form. You can save it in a box, and then you put it back on the dress form for the next holiday season, which means you can use it year after year without ruining your dress form. You can change up the ornaments or what your dress form is wearing. The possibilities are endless, but it's really great to make something that you can use over and over again, and you only have to do the work once. So I have a bunch of green garlands. Over here I have two different kinds, and then over here I have ornaments, ribbon, I have pom-poms, I have tassels. I have a bunch of different supplies, and we're going to make a dress form Christmas tree. The first thing you need to start with is a 14-inch embroidery hoop. So you need to take it apart, and your pieces, my screws are coming apart and my two rings are coming apart. So we're not going to use the one that is a closed loop. We're going to use the one that can open, and save your little screw pieces. So what you need to do is you need to put your embroidery hoop around your dress form and then put it back together with your screws. So my embroidery hoop is not right at the waist, but if I went any smaller, it might be hard to get onto my dress form. So this is going to work just fine for now, and as stuff gets added to it, I'm sure it'll move up to the waist. Next, we are going to take some greenery. So I have two different kinds of greenery. I have this one, which isn't really a winter type branch, but I like to have lots of different textures and colors. I think the layers make it really pretty. So I have this one, and I have this one. This is, winter inspired. This one looks like a pine tree or something. But I'm going to start with all of these, and we're going to add it onto our dress form. So you take your first one, and you're going to find the center. So this is my center, and I'm going to slide one side through. It's going to get a little tricky to slide this through to go to my middle. So I have the middle attached, and then I'm going to grab one end, and this end actually has a wire that I'm going to just come up right here, and I'm going to wrap this wire around the embroidery hoop to attach it. And then the other end, this end does not have a wire, it actually just ends. So I'm going to use this. This is just like a faux pine bough, but it has wire inside. It's nice and bendy. So if I attach this to the end, like that, then I can use this to attach it to the embroidery hoop. So there is one part of the skirt. So instead of slipping these through here, which would be pretty difficult with the extra stuff, I'm just going to use those little wire pine bows to do the same thing. So first I start with the end that has a wire, and I'm going to attach it here. Then I'm going to find the other end, and I'm going to use one of these and hold it onto here. Then I find the center, and I'm going to use another one and attach this. So I'm going to do that to 4 more garlands to attach it to the embroidery hoop. And these wire pine boughs are really nice because they start covering up the embroidery hoop so you won't see it. So our garlands are attached to the dress form with the embroidery hoop. Now I'm going to put like a little shirt on my dress form just to make it look more like a dress. I'm going to use a buffalo plaid, just a table runner, but I like the buffalo plaid for Christmas. And I'm not going to cut this runner at all. I just want to put it across the front. So I'm going to do something like this and have it wrap around in the front. I'm just going to pin it on. So now I'm going to take the rest of my wire pine boughs, and I'm going to make the skirt look nice. I'm going to cover up the embroidery hoop and then just make the skirt look nice. After covering up the embroidery hoop, I still have a lot left, but I want to use my prettier pine boughs first and then use these to just fill in where it needs. I have a whole bunch of these kind of snowy pine boughs, and I'm going to add these throughout the skirt to make it look a little bit more like a Christmas tree. And these have wires on the ends, so it's nice for just attaching with the wire, just wrapping it around. I have added all the pretty ones, the ones with snow on it, throughout the whole skirt, and now I just am going to finish filling in with all of these wire ones. And a regular Christmas tree has most of its volume at the bottom, so most of these I'm just going to add to the bottom. And I am just, when I do it, I just take the wire, find a spot, and I just cross it over, because you want these to kind of, those ends to poke out to help give volume at the bottom. So I'm just going through to each spot, each strand that's coming down, and I'm just adding some of this. these strands of pearls. So I'm going to use this as a garland, and I chose the pearls because it's like what you would actually wear, or it would actually be on a dress, and so I thought it would be really fun to add. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to, one of these wire pieces, I'm just going to attach this. And instead of going, you know, usually garlands go around and around and around. I'm going to go up and down like this because I think that looks a little bit more like a dress. There's the beautiful pearls on the dress. I actually really love this look. I think it's makes it look extra fancy, and it makes it look more like a dress instead of a Christmas tree. Now I'm going to go through and add these tassels, and these are really fun because, you know, tassels are on fabric, and so it makes it look even, you know, a little more real. And I'm not using a wire, I'm just finding a branch to hook them on. And now I'm going to go through and add all of these ornaments. These are the burlap circles, and I think it adds a nice kind of a dressed down look to this almost fancy dress. And it's nice when it can fill in some of the spaces that you need it to fill in. If you have any gaps, you can add an ornament. I really love the way the dress is looking right now. I prefer a simpler look. So if I turn it around, it's nice and full all the way around. It's a beautiful skirt, and the best part is, since you used an embroidery hoop, you can use it year after year. You just unhook it in the back. You might have to take off some of the ornaments, and you can carefully store it in a box, and then every holiday season you can get it out, put it on your dress form, and enjoy it all Christmas long.